All right, so got another train along today. It's been a little while since I did one of these because I got food poisoning like 2 weeks ago during a deload week, and then just been kind of behind on some business stuff because of that. But today, we got a big session. It is 20 sets of 5 at 505 pounds on deadlift with 3-minute rest in between. I've never even attempted anything close to this. Last week was 15 sets of 5, but this week, see how it goes. It's actually been interesting how well I've recovered between these sessions in weeks past. So we did 8, 10, 12 sets with 2-minute rest, which is really tough. Then I had a deload week, and then did 15 sets with 3-minute rest. And you know, that's not even the only thing I do in the session. I also have sternocleidomastoid shoulder, I have pull-ups, and I have a prolonged set of RDLs. And you know, within 2 days, I'm mostly fine. I have some soreness in my back, and then my glutes. That's pretty much it. It's not even like a crazy amount of soreness. So my ability to handle volume is really, really good right now with the deadlift. You know, this is definitely like pushing the envelope. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. I kept the first handful of sets in the 15, about 2.5-minute rest, and then I did 3 minutes. By the end, it was pretty tough. But I think with a little bit more rest in the beginning, I'll be able to go about it. So I don't know, we'll just see how it goes. You know, I've been kind of nervous about this session, you know, in a good way, leading up to this, because it's going to be so above and beyond anything I've ever done. You know, even that 8 sets of 5 in the beginning was difficult, but for different reasons. So being able to do this is going to be a huge indication that I've come a really long way, you know, in my ability to handle deadlifts. So nervous, but excited. We're all warmed up, ready to go. So I'm gonna record it, but I'm not gonna be mic'd up because it's gonna get ugly pretty quick. But it is 12:55 basically. I'm gonna go probably at like 1 o'clock. Just give myself some time, and see you on the other side.
This is it. If I take one more step, it'll be the farthest away from home I've ever been.
Ow. That was a lot. Whew, boy, that was tough. So basically I kept a 3-minute rest the whole time. The last 2 sets I think was maybe slightly more. I honestly couldn't even like do math in my head looking at the clock. I looked at it and I walked away and then realized like 30 seconds later that I didn't actually see what time it was. But based off of like an approximate amount, they were still around 3 minutes. I was allowed a little bit more than 3 minutes in the last couple sets too, so that all like tracks. But yeah, that was tough. I had to dig really, really deep on that. At set 10, I was actually struggling pretty hard. I felt a little off today, to be honest. I haven't slept very well. So getting through that was fantastic. So, man, that's a huge landmark for training. To give you some context, I was having a lot of trouble pulling like 300 kilos on an axle before OSG. I'd had some back issues, and right about the midway of the pull, I kept kind of like having a little back problem. At OSG, I pulled like a 585, 600-ish single warming up for the event. Something popped in my kind of lat tricep tie-in. I pulled one at whatever the weight was, I think 700 or something was like the lighter weight. I just pulled one there just for pulling. It's really slow, controlled, did that, and then walked away. So to be able to do that, I mean, like last block, to be able to hit a 300 kilo power bar, banded deadlift, and then to be able to hold up to all the volume here, and not just be able to do that, but I also have more stuff to do in this session. I actually feel kind of fine-ish right now. I mean, my whole posterior chain I can feel is like pretty depleted, but I'm not like in pain. So I can still do some more. I have some stone to shoulder, one motions. I have some pull-ups and then some 2 long RDL sets. I'll get that done and then I'll keep training throughout the week. So overall, my body is in an incredible place. We have 4, 5, 6, 7.5 months maybe until I'm going to compete again. So it's looking very, very good. The resiliency in my body right now across my trunk is at an all-time high. My hamstrings feel stronger than they've ever felt, which is huge. It's a big thing for me. When my hamstrings feel really good, my deadlift is really strong. So, yeah. Cool beans. Well, see you later.